Hello, and welcome to another intermittent code fun. Um, I need to turn down this thing here. You're going to be seeing my face just for a quick minute while I finish up some things that I was trying to get accomplished. I was trying to merge Pool Master into my current dev branch since I did a PR, started a new branch, started working in it, and then that branch got merged this morning, not too long ago, and then I was trying to get those latest changes into my current branch that I am working in, and I just need to test it real quick because I just finished the merge with the conflicts and all of that fun stuff. So, good news, everyone. .NET Conf is going on. So I don't expect too much interaction in chat today. But if you guys do interact, then obviously I will respond to you. But I am expecting the majority of you to be watching. Sarcastic comment sure takes a long time to load. Yeah, it does. I'm expecting that the majority of you will be paying more attention to the .NET Conf streams. You could always rewatch mine on the YouTubes. But for those of you not watching the .NET Conf and you're gonna pick up the segments that you are interested in later from the recordings, then hello and welcome. Build statuses. You know what? I'm just gonna use the touchpad. It's taking too long for me to get the mouse all the way over there. Come on, changes. Yeah, .NET Conf is on the Visual Studio channel. It's on YouTube. It's on their .NETConf.net channel. It's a big deal. Yes, changes are there. So the only thing that I would need to verify, yes. Support options, device checks, and can we run a device check like audio, playback, start test. Ooh, Dukasoft, Happy New Year day, new day, Happy Year day, new. Did you guys just see that alien show up on the top of my screen? Anyway, push this button.
It's over 9,000!
It is over 9,000. And then we give it 10 seconds. We get a dialog pop up that says, did you hear the sounds? I say yes, but what happened to my CSS? No idea. But I got to say yes, and that dismisses. Perfect. Okay. I just verified that all of the code changes that I made in the other branch carried over to master, and I pulled master into my current dev branch. Good times. So close to being done with integrating all of the existing functionality into my UI. So much fun. So much goodness. Okay, so greetings to all of you. Again, thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying your Wednesday, midweek day for most of us. If it is not a midweek day, if it is the beginning of your week, then I hope it starts off well. If it's towards the end of your week, I hope it went well. Fine hand man. So lots of exciting things. You know what's kind of weird though? With all of the announcements for .NET 7 and all of the things that they're going through in .NET Conf, I haven't really been super excited about much of it. It really seems like they're just showing more examples of how to use .NET in ways that you could have used it with .NET 6 even. It's just that probably the majority of the work was done uh, on the actual uh, SDK, the language itself or languages, and making things faster, making things better. So we're not really able to see very much new functionality, I guess, that's added. But the Mads Torgerson and the other guy, those talks are always super interesting to me because they're showing off features. So with that said, I've updated Visual Studio as soon as the update came out, and then Dukasoft let everyone know, hey, there's an update of, available for Visual Studio. Go and get it. Yeah, I was just like, I knew that it was going to be releasing, so I just kept checking and checking, and then I updated as soon as possible. Higher version number looks better. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not the biggest fan of, but there are things that I do like. The thing that I care about were these changes to C sharp with C sharp 11. So what we're going to do today is go back to the loading screen, go to my desktop. What we're going to do today is update the .NET version that we're using in the app. Let's do it like this. Put you in this top group. There we go. So what I anticipate happening is we're able to target the new version of .NET, but we'll have some packages that need to get updated. So all I'm doing is going into the CS Proj and updating all of their target frameworks to .NET 7. And hopefully, because we'll be using .NET 7, we'll also be using C# 11. Otherwise, we'll have to go in and change lang version in here to 11. 11. Because there is something that is going to help us, I hope, with what I was stuck on Monday when it came to implementing the generic service for lookup lists. And this thing is like perfect for this. I just saw it this morning for the first time. I kind of remember hearing about it, but I actually watched and paid attention this morning. You know, there's an easier way to do this, friend. Oh my goodness. No idea why I was doing them one by one. It was because I was talking. All open documents. Do it. Just do it. Wait, the .NET MAUI one? Oh, duh. .NET MAUI is... I have to do that one a different way, I guess. I don't know what that's going to look like. Because right now it's like .NET 6-Win 7 or something like that is the .NET version. Yeah, that should take care of all of those. Yeah. Oh, I have no idea what that's going to be. I think what we'll end up doing is just recreating the MAUI project. Hopefully it still compiles, but we'll find out. Okay, so we are running the build. Yeah, and there it is. Excuse me. Shared components is not compatible. Wait, what? Did you not get updated? That one didn't get updated. Cool. T lookup item is supposed to be constrained to an I lookup item view model. Well, let's just constrain this for now to a class. Oops. I know the syntax. So that we can get a reference type. And the interface is not agreeing with that. Okay. Same thing with T lookup item view model. Oh, and it has to implement I has lookup type, right? Okay. Cool. Give me some real errors about .NET not being compatible with some of the libraries, or with the new version. But yeah, anyway, Dukasoft has been subscribed for an entire year. One whole year. Why is this still so loud? Like, I can barely hear the music. And these guys are still, I have my YouTube as low as it can go. And these guys are still louder than the music. Hello? Build successful. Build successful. All I did was change the .NET version to .NET 7, and it says build was successful. Do we believe it? Oh. What version do you say you're using? 7.0. So it is using the right version for the SDK. It built and it is now running. Kind of. Hello? So we are stuck at the Blazor. Ooh. Right. This probably still says frameworks dot net 6. I think we need to do a full clean. Can we use .NET Clean for this? This usually does a better job of cleaning. Before it launches, I may as well see if I can also clear out any local cache. Come on. What is this? Okay, good. So this is good. This says .NET 7.0, which means that we're definitely using the latest Blazor WebAssembly for this project. Cannot use import.meta outside a module. Mhm. Do we have to add type equals module? You know what? I should probably create a new Blazor Wasm. I'll go ahead and do it in this solution. A new Blazor Wasm project just to see if there were any changes to the structure. Nope, that says server. Nice try though. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Oh yeah, one of the things that really confused me was during yesterday's talk with the Stack Overflow director, where she was saying things like she repeated this multiple times, and she's like, "Well, we like to be on the latest LTS as much as possible, so we are already planning for the upgrade to .NET 7." And it's like .NET 7 is not LTS. So what exactly do you mean by wanting to be on the latest LTS as much as possible? Let's go ahead and update our components then in the rest of the projects. But maybe I'm just not understanding it correctly. Maybe I'm just a special. I'm having trouble clicking. Oh, that's already on 7. I'll leave those like that for now. Ooh, B unit has a major, or has a lot of upgrades. That's fun. I missed this one. Okay, here we go. See what breaks. Oh, I didn't miss that one because it was already 7. Whatever. Okay, so I did the update. We'll do a rebuild. We'll try it again. Here we go. Yay! Okay, so when you upgrade to .NET 7, any of your Blazor WebAssembly at least, then you'll want to make sure to also update your .NET, your WebAssembly components, your Blazor component, whatever that's called, libraries to 7 as well. And that worked. So we know that the application loaded. I can get to all of my pages, and pretty soon we're going to have some payees. What happened there? Oh, we're going to have some payees and other drop-down items populated correctly. Update all the things. Actually, you know what? I think that did. No, the only thing we got were deposits. Where are my lookups? Yeah, it didn't get any of the lookups. Update all the things. So that was awesome. Okay, so oh, I don't know why I closed that. Whatever, whatever. I need to stop the app. That's why. Ooh, errors. Errors. We'll get to that in a second. An error occurred while trying to connect to AngieSQL. There was an error during the login process. It doesn't trust me. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll get that fixed. So the situation that was happening on Wednesday, on Monday. Dude. Oh, that's not where I meant to go. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, why aren't you connected to my repository? Oh, because updates, Visual Studio updates. It's just weird that it didn't that it didn't automatically detect that it was inside of a Git repository folder. And I was making changes to something that wasn't even what? What just happened? Yeah. So like the new project that I created is not in here. Which Finan project did I open then? I don't have a clue what just happened. Or maybe I do. Wait, this is the folder. Yeah, I really don't understand what just happened. But all of the changes that I just made that I thought I was making to the local Git repository folder weren't picked up. What? There's one outgoing. Do we have any incoming? No. Did I make those changes to main? That would suck. Uh-oh. I didn't. I don't get it. Okay, let's make those changes again so we can all see what it was that happened, which is in order to update to .NET 7, open all your CS projects. Let's see if this works this time. Target framework net 6.0 to net 7.0 in all open documents, replace all. They all show as if they got replaced, except for the Maui project. Save. Just to verify, you say you're good. And let's just pick you. Is that the one that I was on? You. Yes. Okay. Then let's update our NuGet packages. Update all the things. It's still there in the chat. Oh, I'm on the update tab. Why isn't it doing? We may as well update BUnit, see what happens. I don't mind. Why not? Let's just update everything. All right. Save all. Tag helper provider. No. So that was a thing that was plaguing us when .NET 5 came out, I think, which is we kept losing Razor syntax highlighting and IntelliSense for our Razor components. So hopefully that's not an indicator that we're going to have the same type of issue. Yeah, okay. So this thing should tell us which repository we had open when I made all of those other changes. D repos get online. Finan man versus financial management. What happened? Wasn't there a thing where I was trying to delete Finan man or one of them? Uh-huh. Okay. So anyway, this was the one that I'm pretty sure I was trying to delete, especially since there is no .git folder inside of this one, which means that it's not connected to the repository. So let's get rid of that one. Maybe this time it'll let me actually delete it. Nope. Dang it. That's going to be really hard to do. And it's not going to let me rename it because it's open somewhere, somehow. The things that I need to do then are get it off of my... Get rid that one. Exactly. I need to swap this one out. So dispin u. Where is... Crap, I don't see it. Well, let's do it like this. Reopen Visual Studio. Which mail is that going to be? So it's cool. It's weird, but my phone gets email messages first, and then my work laptop does. And since I have two different work laptops, I never know which one is the email is actually from. Ooh, we got our localizations back. Oh, I mean, we got some feedback on our localizations back. No idea what they are asking about. We need to dispin this one and pin this one, and then remove this one from the list. And run. Okay, so now that should show up in my context menu here. We'll pin that. Oh, ask away, Deflex, ask away. You've been posting them in Discord? I thought you were getting responses, which is why I haven't been responding. Okay, give me a second to finish my thought process to make sure that this builds and runs. No, that was supposed to stay there. .NET clean. It was already cleaned. Rebuild all. Will I cd into this? So yeah, I think you were asking then about stuff that I don't use. I think. So give me a second to read that, and then I will. Yeah, route prefix got replaced with just route for API controllers. That built. So now let's try to run it. I almost cleaned it again. Yeah, absolutely. So let me show you that in a quick second. It ran, it loaded, and data entry, clicky, clicky. Everyone is happy, happy. I'm so happy. Yeah, perfect. So we're good to go. Refresh. I had some errors up there. Oh, yeah. So here's all of my gets. Cool. It's fantastic. So we're gonna try using some new things that are out with C# 11 for help with our service implementation of our lookup lists. Right now, I did this really weird thing with our lookup list. That's client, here's server. Our lookup list doing some kind of check on type of T lookup item view model, when really I wanted to use the thing that a T lookup item view model must have, which is an I has lookup list type, which is the lookup list type itself. And I was trying to find out if there's a way that I can make this static so that I can do T lookup item dot list type. And what do you know? With C# 11, there is a method for doing that, and I will show it off. It's so cool. Thank you, Prog Testing. Prog Testing knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, I want to say the answer. I know what it is. Yeah, and the thing that was happening was I was needing to create essentially the an individual method per. Yeah, something weird. But we'll get there. Cool. So Deflex's question is, can we stack routes in a controller? So again, I'm talking specifically about API controllers in .NET Core. I think this can still apply to MVC controllers in .NET Core. But if you use route, then this is your route prefix. all requests that are going to hit this controller are in the form of API slash controller name, which is everything before the word controller in the class name. Then if you want to add to the route, if you want to stack the route, then you can do HTTP GET of next level slash. And so now this route is API slash deposit slash next level slash ID. And yeah, so you put it in the HTTP method. And if you also wanted this to be available at just ID, then you have multiple ways to get to it. Okay, so I want to check out this static abstract thing that we can now get with interfaces. Which would mean that in our things that implement this, which are where? I don't really know how to do this. I saw him do it earlier today, but I don't really know the syntax for this, for the implementing classes. So what we should be able to do though is take a look at iNumber for an example of this. Which has a static virtual. It doesn't have any static abstracts. It has a static virtual. Um, Here goes some static abstracts. Okay, so how exactly is this implemented? Dang, I'm not going to be able to see it. Well, I guess we'll be fine. I don't need anything special, so I should just be able to tell this thing to implement it for me and then get rid of the not implemented exception. Yeah, okay, so it's just you put public static. Maybe. This just doesn't feel right. Can I make it virtual? No. Dang. Dang. Yeah, I still don't know how to do this. I have not used API versioning now. I would have answered you in the Discord. Hmm. That's not helpful. So like for this thing, this is probably going to give me an error that we are hiding. That's interesting. I thought that this thing would give me an error that it was hiding the base member list type. Oh, I don't know what this is going to give me then. I really need to find the actual usage of C# 11 interfaces static abstract. And we may as well see if they've already posted the video from Mads earlier today, or we'll just rewind that video. No, they have not. So I'll just use, not that. I'll just use the current live. Shush you. There. I know you guys talked about it though. Maybe it's not supposed to be static abstract. Maybe it's just supposed to be static. Just static. Not just static because, oh. I wonder if we do something like base dot list type equals I'm so confused. Yeah, this can't be static. That's the thing. It just can't be static. But I think I answered my question on how I'm going to do this. Oh, I wonder if I can do it like this. So I thought that I was going to be able to do it in a creative, clever way using the new language features, but I don't know how to use them yet. So I'll need to look into that s'mores. But for now, I think this might be a good answer for how to do it. I didn't even think about doing this until just now, which is kind of fun. So this is actually base of, and we pass in the actual lookup list type. I think that works. And then so that I don't break any of my existing models, I'll make sure that that gets not mapped. Oh, I hope this works. Let's find this file so I can get the rest of my lookups. Laxa. So instead of doing this, we will get ourselves a constructor that does base. Oops. Look at list type dot recurrence types. Types? Plural? Oh yeah, I needed to make them plural so that the route would be easier to get. I'm so lazy. Excuse me. I think this is gonna work. I hope this is gonna work. I want this to work. This is going to work. Oops. Why are yours still open? Uh, Man, this is really interesting. I want to hear the Dan Roth stuff, so I've been kind of really quiet, so I apologize for those of you that might be watching in the future. But again, .NET Conf is going on. I really just need to rewatch these videos. Anyway, I wouldn't be able to pay attention to them even if I wasn't streaming because I would otherwise be doing my normal day job. But I try to if I see a feature that is really interesting, then I try to implement it right away. I really want this hand tracker example. That's so cool. I have not been cleaning those. Whoops. All right, let me reopen those just to get them cleaned up. And why are you weird? Oh, because wrapping is turned on by default. Wow, that's aggressive. Don't be aggressive. Yeah, all of these minor editor updates, I'll probably need to force myself to get used to some of them. Like the one that I'm not liking the most is the rename. The way that it shows up is the same way that it shows up for Razor components, and I really, really liked it the one that showed up here. But I want to get used to this one because it has exactly the same functionality, and instead of having an apply, which I keep by muscle memory pushing Alt A to apply, and if you push Alt, it gets rid of the rename. So you have to push Enter to apply it. Anyway, I'll get used to that. It's just I don't like that now I have to move my hand off of the mouse if I was doing a whole bunch of renames rename it with one hand, Alt A. Instead, I either have to move my hand all the way over to the other side of the keyboard to hit enter, or take my hand off the mouse. I know, I know. This kid, though. This should be fine. And same thing with account. This should be fine. Cool. So we should be good to go now. No real changes were made to the database structure, so hopefully that's going to be okay. The thing that really matters is, can we now use the generic and get back the list type from the interface that we say this thing is going to have a list type property? Because if we can do that, then we have just removed the need for reflection and simplified our lookup list service. So I tried doing that in Monday's stream, but here we could go. Nope. Okay. Oops, this should say list type. So that's not working the way that I think it should. And if I made this thing static, so I know that we saw him do that. Where he did T dot I don't mind you asking at all, and welcome in, Owinator. I am currently working on a financial management project, financial management tracking project in Blazor, and on Monday I was struggling with trying to get the service implemented for getting all of my lookup items because I was doing it in a very generic way. And I wanted to leverage some of the new functionality from C#11 to make this easier, because right now what I'm doing is reflection to get the actual implementing type, the concrete type of TLOOKUP item, and then comparing that in a pattern matching kind of way, which is just as slow as doing an if this, then this, then this, as opposed to using a property that should be on this generic because it implements I has lookup list type. I should be able to see T lookup item view model dot list type, because we know that any T lookup item view model is going to implement I has lookup type. Yep, that's exactly what I'm on. Defines, hello defines. I hope you're doing well. And so I'm looking at this video where they are using this exact functionality. So here they have T that is a generic, where T implements some interface, and they're able to read the property or to dereference the property of that generic. which would mean that we, IntelliSense should know that we have access to list type. So here's one thing that I want to double check. If I change lang version, and let me stop the app. If I change lang version to 11.0, will that allow me to use it? No. Were you guys lying to me? So this is Mads Torgerson, and I don't know the name of the other dude, the one that's actually driving. This guy. Doesn't right of the colon need the T? It shouldn't. I think I'm on the right syntax. So where this generic that we're using throughout this whole thing is how I read this, is a class that implements I lookup item view model and I has lookup list type. And so it's this I has lookup list type that I am trying to access the property from. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it was a param as well. I think I understand this then. Um, Thank you, Defines, for making me look at this. They actually have, yeah, okay. So they are doing it off of the actual static T dot this thing, or we're 0. Okay, so this thing here is actually a static property on iNumber. So again, if this was a static property, oh, that's so weird though. I still think that this should work like this. If this was a static property, then we should be able to get list type back from it off of the generic. But what I'm wanting is the instance values list type. And so what I did before, yeah, I'm thinking, even though I'm kind of using reflection as well. Yeah, that's the hard one because they don't actually go to it. So let's do it here. So here's iNumber. Yeah. And so this is what they show, and they do go into some of them, but they don't go into the 0. And I think 0 is in here. Okay, so it is a static abstract. That's the thing, is there's that generic type param, and it's the same type as the T from the caller. Oh. Okay, so what you're thinking is maybe my I has lookup type should have a T as well, or T self, right? So that's part one. Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not trying to return that type back. But I think maybe that does. No, you're okay. You're okay. I appreciate your thoughts a lot. Um, it's still possible that we wouldn't be able to see anything that's not returning T self. No, that's a lie. Because I did see these methods that were not returning T self. Hello, Barbarosso. So I don't know. I think it just has to do with the fact that this is is this to do more with abstract interface members and you're trying to do instant stuff? Kinda yes. Okay, so here is the overall goal. I have all of these things that I'm calling a lookup list. Which are you? No, stay focused up here. You. Okay, all of these lookup lists have this lookup list type enum that should be on the class itself. So I really want it to be a static for that class type, for that implementation type. So essentially, for example, a lookup list category would have oh, I don't need this anymore then. Not mapped. Public static override. Lookup list type. I don't want the whole thing. I want this line only. Why is it all or nothing? Yeah, and then this is gonna hide a static member cannot be marked as virtual. Yeah. Oops. Because it's down here. Oh wait, that was right. All right, what if I got rid of that? What if I moved this only into the things that implement it? Oh man, this is so close. Anyway, hello, Bob Ross. Welcome in. I wish hacking hackers wasn't illegal. I had a very interesting conversation with the hacker that stole my grandfather's Facebook account yesterday. And then Define says, depends on what hacking hackers means. And Bob Ross is saying either doxing a bunch of their information because I have it, including their address, phone number, and stuff like that, or brute forcing my way into my grandfather's account so that I could get it back from him. But I just done some research. Doxing people is actually, in fact, illegal in the UK because all of the information gathered is through open source information, but a lot of people don't know how to get that info. Um, Define says already public info then. And then, but if they've done something silly and you have their info, why not just file a report? And he said, Bob Ross said we did file a report. Oh, is in fact legal. Did I read that wrong? Oh, it is in fact legal. Yes. Yeah, interesting situation. So I'm gonna find out if this thing actually does what I want it to do. Um, does this thing actually override my interface's list type or not? Look up item service. Hey, that actually gives me a thing now. So I'm gonna implement this and see if it is just gonna be weird to me or not. We'll come back to that in a second once I update all of my lookup items. I has lookup. My fear is that we're going to get back account every single time the default value because this is actually giving me I has lookup list type dot list type, which is a get only and not the specific implementations get list type. Yeah, that's my fear. You should be good. Okay. So let me fix up. Let me change all of these to lookup list type dot. Ooh. And then I'll have to do it manually. I'm there. Lookup item. Oops. Cake. Oops. And then you get updated to IE. And you are payees. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can debug this and see if it's actually going to do what I'm expecting it to do. Did I already set up my initialize in lookup list state? Wait, This is confusing me. Excuse me, where are you implemented? Yes, 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 and also yes. What? Anyway, point is, we should be able to try this. It's going to do a lookup. Right now they're running in parallel. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to run serially. Like, serially, dude. And the easiest way for me to do that is duplicate, comment, await, and comment. Okay, so Bob Ross continued on saying, I lost it. It's illegal in the US though. And then defines as like depends on the context, and I'd happily delete all of their files though. And then Bob Ross says, I can actually get their public IP as long as they aren't using a VPN because I managed to message him on Telegram, which uses peer-to-peer networking. Anyway, recently I started exploring Unity, and I'm currently working on an online chess game. Super cool. I've been playing around with Unity as well. I'm going through a tutorial little by little for learning the VRTK, which is a low code, no code way of making Unity VR and AR experiences. So I'm going through this bowling tutorial, making a bowling game, and hopefully I'll be able to see it through the HoloLens, and it'll be different than the tutorials that I was doing with the MRTK, but you'll see some MRTK errors down here because I'm also trying to mix using the VRTK with the MRTK. So the mixed reality toolkit is for building mixed reality experiences using Microsoft's base assets and also a no code, low code kind of approach. So yeah, that's cool that you're getting into Unity as well. Speaking of that though, my next oh crap. Speaking of meetings, I have a meeting today at 1 o'clock and then at 3 o'clock. But my next metaverse group meeting is going to be tomorrow. That's going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to it. And then I'll be getting some not proprietary. What's the other word? Exclusive, I think is the word that I'm looking for. Some exclusive training from NVIDIA on using their Omniverse technology, which is insane. I've already lost OBS. And thank you, Captain Diab, for the follow. We're going to test this thing out. We're going to run this thing with debug attached in serial. Cool. I did stop. No! Look item base doesn't have a const. Oh. I missed a count type? What else did I miss? What do I use to track my project? As in my source code? Source control. I'm currently using Git. I would be doing a lot more stuff with this project. I wanted to kind of make it into a real world, like if I were making this project as an employee of another company or having a client for a client, I wanted to do all of the good programming practices to include design and all of that stuff, and testing, doing test-driven development, which we started doing quite a bit of. And now it's like I want to get done with this so we can move on to the next project because there are things that I want to learn that are going to help me with my current work projects. But anyway, um, what I would be using is Azure DevOps for all of my work items, for my backlog, for my sprints, for all of that. And then using the pipelines in that for building and releasing. Yeah, being next project. And Bob Ross says, I posted it in Discord, so I'll take a look at it in a couple seconds. Let me just get this thing to build and run. Right, yeah. Okay, so I would normally use Azure DevOps because I think that they have a really, really good combination of backlog. I wasn't expecting that. They have a really good combination of backlog tools and the Kanban board is really cool. And then also integration with Visual Studio so that as you're doing a commit directly into your Azure DevOps repo, you can associate it with a work item. But currently I don't really use anything for this project specifically. But for my work project, that's how we're doing it. User stories and backlog. Okay, are we good now? You can't run a library. I love the DevOps board. What kind of stuff do you use, Captain Diab? Oh, and that was Dukasoft that said I love the DevOps board. When you think of your project, are you thinking in code or some sort of visualization of the software stack? Oh, that's a really good question. How do I think of projects? Let me show you. Oh man, I'm gonna do it all. Just build and run, and I will show you what we started with. That's not gonna build. Oh. Apparently there was an update, and it's probably gonna ask me to log in. All right, I'm okay with that. We'll just replace all of them. Oops, did I miss another one? Okay. Are you calling my code smelly? Live coding. Okay. Um, so when I first think of the project, I really do think of how I architect it. But the thing is, I don't really deviate too much from my spacebar from my standard project structure, which is I have my UI libraries plural because sometimes I have reusable components and sometimes I have multiple skins, multiple layouts, and then my shared libraries and Blazor WebAssembly, Blazor Server. So whatever not front end, whatever application type, that all references both of these two libraries. And then my shared libraries are what reference my database. And then bunit test will reference the components as well as the service implementations from each of those. Then I normally think of the underlying data structure that will drive what is being shown in my application. And then I start thinking about the UI itself, how it's going to be laid out. So that's how I normally go about thinking about a project. Of course, the very first thing that I think about is what would be cool? It would be cool if is one of my favorite phrases. Bob Ross says, the only trouble I had was with something about all of my chess pieces are generated through the code when in play mode. Right. So you created a prefab out of one chess or out of your chess pieces, and then you spawn them, right? Does that sound right? The only trouble I had was changing the chess piece color for the specific team because each piece has a component layer consisting of a green base. All you should have to do is switch out the material. So once you spawn it for a given team, then you set the material based off of the team, which was confusing at first, but fix that with just a couple lines of code. Yeah, I think you figured it out then. That's an awesome font to thinking. Bleh. That says build successful. So now let's run it with the debugger attached. All right, and while I'm waiting for that to run, I will see if I can find Barbarossa's chess game. Wow, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty nice, pretty snazzy. Do you even have logic for when you are hovering over a piece and it's telling you where you can move that piece? Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. The prefab has two materials, so I had to figure out how to change a material of a specific index. Got it. Got it. Yeah, there are going to be a ton of tips and tricks out there for what is it called? For Unity development that I'm not going to know until it hits me in the face, and then it'll feel like I'm learning how to code all over again. Did you hit a breakpoint? You didn't hit a breakpoint. Why didn't you hit a breakpoint? Because we aren't using the lookup list state yet, but now we are. Okay, good. Wait a minute though, I was supposed to hit the breakpoint that calls initialize first from lookup list state. I was supposed to get here. What's going on? Why didn't I hit this first? Yargada. Yeah, there is an amazing person that he is super helpful. He's just like he's crude with his language, but if that's not something that bothers you, then you don't have to worry about it. But he is one of the coolest, most helpful people when it comes to Unity game development. Yeah, Irish Sound Games, which Dukasoft just showed his Steam page, or just shouted out his Steam page for a game that he's developing called Rise of Piracy, which I know Bob Ross already knows. He said, I like watching Irish John games stream when playing with Unity. Absolutely. That's how I feel about watching other developers in general. I like doing development work while watching other developers work, including game developers. Why are you just now getting to the task and you're already executing the... Oh, wait, what? What called you? Yeah, that's where we were. I think I need this thing to go here. Okay, we have a TLOOKUP item. And in this case, our TLOOKUP item is a account view model. So that means that this is not a good one to test, but TLOOKUP item.list type should be accounts, which we can't evaluate in the debugger. So we'll wait until we get to hold. Except that we're doing them all still, even though I told it to await. It's doing every single one of them. All right, what is our TLOOKUP item? Are we still in the account view model? We are. Poor Bob Ross. Dang it, it keeps... It's doing them all in turn. All right, so the first one is accounts. Let's pin this. The second one is also accounts, so that's not good. That means that they're all going to be accounts, and they're all going to hit this. Dang. And I mean, we were kind of expecting that because it's using T item. So what I was trying to do real quick live coding was to turn off the async parallel loading essentially. Here's my lookup list state. I am so blind. It's up here. Okay, so what I was really trying to do was ignore all of my await task when alls and run them serially so I can do one at a time. And it's just being a pain. And hello, Science Stream. Hello, Valent. Valent. Another amazing streamer, which I'm sure just about all of you know, but if anyone in the future does not know Valent, check out Science, SCIANTS _streams, plural, STREAMS, on Twitch. He is a science streamer, and he shows off really old bugs as well as new bugs and just the anatomy of bugs, information about a whole bunch of sciencey related topics, and it's just really cool, and it's a ton of fun. So even if you don't like science, definitely check out his stream just for the enjoyment of it, for the camaraderie of all of the people. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all this. I'm going to get rid of all of these. Oops. And I'm going to comment all of this out. Right, I meant to copy paste these. And then just change all of these task to response and await. So hopefully this time we will initialize one at a time. The thing that I didn't get was it started hitting breakpoints before it even got to this point. And maybe that was from this. And it's not giving me back the task to run those. Instead, it's starting to run the tasks as soon as it creates them. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. It is creating the task and it starts running the task immediately as soon as it hits these lines. Yeah. And then I was trying to execute them again. That's what happened. Pretty sure. Come on. Okay, so now we are hitting this line, and now we're going to try one at a time, please. Yeah, and there I go, asking for that. All right, so TLOOKUP item in this context, please, is of what type? Accounts, obviously. Wait, why is that one giving me an, oh, because I'm on the Blazor WebAssembly side and it has trouble with the debugger. As it is. Okay, so the thing that I really care about in this case is going to be, yeah, I need to stop and restart, is going to be thistlookup item view model.list type. What is it? We can get rid of this. Okay, so let's try that again. So the overall goal, if you're still listening live coding and you feel like hearing it, you definitely don't have to. I don't want to interrupt whatever your thoughts are or what you're doing. The overall goal is what I was working on Monday was trying to get that list type based off of my TLOOKUP item view model. So that's going to be one of these list types here. And what came out with C# 11 was the concept of static abstract items off of interfaces and the ability to access those static members from a generic given a constraint. So in this case, I have a static list type that I am trying to get the actual list type value from my generic. So now with C# 11, I can do TLOOKUP item view model dot list type because the compiler knows TLOOKUP item view model will have a dot list type on it, static list type. I just don't know if this specific if this specific implementation, if we're getting back the implementations list type, static list type, or if we're getting back the interfaces. And that's what I'm testing. I hope I verbalizes the duella. Excuse me. Run. Oh, it is running. Where did it open? Into which direction did it go? It's running, but it didn't actually open a browser window. I don't think. Oh, yes, it did. Go. Do magic. Okay, what is it is accounts because that's the default. So that one is going to query the correct endpoint. So I'm going to ignore this one because we don't care about accounts. We know accounts should work, except when we can't connect to the database. Right, I need to set up my secrets for the database. Duh. Okay, so then this time around, it still accounts even though type of TLOOKUP item should be whatever the second one is, categories. It still accounts view model. What? Oh, account types. Yeah, but this still says accounts view model. So let's skip this one as well. Okay, this time around, yeah, what's going on? It's like calling the same one multiple times. Why are you only feeding me? Does anyone see what I'm doing wrong or weirdly? Yeah, it's like stuck. It's stuck on that call and it's repeating it over and over. So let me remove these breakpoints for now. Yeah, and it's still running something? Are you still running something? I'm so confused. All right. I don't know if it's still like trying to hit some kind of breakpoint or what, but it kind of looks like it just continued running. And it is not, in fact, looping still, maybe. Waiting for it to pause. The console is not showing repeated SQL failures, other than the ones that I caused earlier. Or maybe it is. No, it's not, because we would not have been able to see the top for as long as it was running. Oh my goodness, just stop then. Just stop. It's okay. I understand. I get it. I get it. Demanding too much right out of the box. It needs coffee. You are absolutely right, Dukasoft. I think it was broken because it needs a cup of joe. Did you at least keep my breakpoint and look up list state? Yeah, you did. I'm going to breakpoint each one of them. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. Oh, they're talking about Playwright. I wanted to learn about Playwright because I need to start writing some end-to-end tests for the new UI. Okay, so this one is accounts. We don't care. And there it goes. It just stops. Or not. Or not. Okay. It didn't stop. It gave me an account back. And it gave me an error message, which is an error occurred while trying to get the list of accounts. And the whole reason why is because an error 500, which is we could not connect to the database server when trying to do the HTTP action. Anyway, we'll try account types because this one should give me the right kind of list type. So this is telling me that it's always giving me the list type from the interface and not T item. And I wasn't able to, I don't think I was able to use override. Wait, is it because it's running that it's not giving me any errors this time? Yeah, there it is. A static member cannot be marked as override. So yeah, we're back to the point where I don't know how to get back my lookup list type without using the concrete class. I wonder. Wait, I also forgot to say that this thing implements IHAS lookup list type. I also forgot to tell. It's still possible it might work. T.0 copy.1. I'm gonna keep trying. Okay, we don't care about the first one. Second one was account type, which still gives accounts. Third one is categories, which still gives accounts. And I know for a fact, well, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that I did has lookup type on lookup category. So without using reflection, I really don't know how to get back this lookup, this list type property. Because even if I didn't have this here, then I would still be implementing I has lookup list type. Because the static property belongs to this interface. There is another. No, that wouldn't work either. So I think we were closer when we started. Did I actually push the change for updating everything to .NET 7? No. Why would I? Update it to .NET 7 666. Anyone else that I missed? No, everyone is good. You're all CS projects? Yes. Commit. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go back to the previous version. Hello, Clayman. So Clayman, man, there's so many cool people that I met through Irish John Games. Clayman has been working on a really, really neat looking game where he's adding all of these effects, and your character, your player character that you control, can get upgrades as you complete waves and levels and stuff. And you talk to this NPC and they teach you that skill, and then you can use that skill, and it's really cool stuff. And he streams for as long as I used to. Actually, he streams for even longer than that per session, where it's like an 8 or 9 hour session, which is crazy. I do miss those days, not gonna lie. But jobs, stupid jobs. All right, let's go back to this lookup item base and try that other approach that I was doing. Which was something like public virtual not mapped as true, because I met you through Jen. True, very truth. We have a constructor that takes a list, lookup list type. No, just the lookup list type. Come on, Copilot. Ugh. List type initialize list type to the passed in list type. Man, this thing is being so mean to me. And then this one will have an parameter list constructor that will call, nope, not a parameter list one. You also need lookup list type, like bag. That will call base list type. Dude, cooperate. All right, then we will go into all of our lookup list items, wherever they may be. Database, models, tables, you, and you. Get rid of this. Give you a constructor that will call base. Oops. Right. I want to do this a smarter way. Constructor that will call base. This thing here. Oh, dang it. And you are fine. You don't get one of these because you don't implement the base class. Oh man. I'm trying to rush because it's getting close to the end of the stream and I need to get back to work. And I don't want to linger on it for too long, but I also want to get it done. Gotta get it done. See, Tor, pasta, curly braces. Next, see, Tor, and pasta, curly braces. See, Tor, and pasta, curly braces. Pattern. See, Tor, and pasta. It's like a chant. Curly braces. Uno más. And I didn't clean up as I was going. Kind of annoying, but that's okay. All right. So that should take care of all of those. Back to our lookup list state. I'm going to return these into serial and we'll investigate whether or not that is actually doing what I expect it to do with our initialize using reflection. So give me this one or give me my health back. I need to power up, please. Every time I talk like that now, I think of this show on Amazon Prime, I believe, called called Peripheral, The Peripheral, which I think is really, really cool. Why are you suddenly angry at me? There is no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter lookup list type. But there is, it's right here. Oh, That's weird. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm initializing list type here. So I don't know what it's talking about. I don't think it even knows what it's talking about. Semicolon missing. Is this not the right construct? Oh, wait. Wait, what? This is right. Lookup item base. Here's lookup list type. I don't know what you're saying with the missing semicolon. I'm not missing any semicolons. You're missing a semicolon. What is this thing trying to tell me? Let's go somewhere else. You there. Oh, that's probably all it was. It was probably this that was breaking everything. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, what being mean to me? Oh, wait. Save. You still angry? No. Cool. Debug, please. Go. All right. F11. So now with our activator, our type instance, which is a thing, which is an account lookup type, should have a list type of accounts. No. Nani? Did it not actually hit my constructor? You're being very confusing. F11. It's not, it's not. It's not using the constructor on this create instance. Does create instance really not launch the constructor? Okay, so this is definitely the version that we're using. Create an instance of the type designated by the specified generic type parameter using the parameter list constructor. And I gave all of them a parameter list constructor right here. And that parameter list constructor should be calling base. I don't get it. Okay. We'll have to pick this back up on Friday because I can't figure it out yet, but I will. But I got to get back to work. I have another meeting in 30 minutes, so I want to maybe grab a small snack before that. But I'll be back again on Friday, and Friday will be Community Day. And on Community Day, what we like to do is invite people into our Discord to discuss some technical topics and just have good, clean discussions. But get back to work. But I'll commit this code, and if anyone does have any suggestions on how to do this lookup list better, I know it's hard to read, so I don't really anticipate getting very much responses on this. But yeah, I'm gonna push this. Implemented list type using abstract using the base controller. I don't know, something. Tukasoft says I can add funny comments, but yeah, this will be up on Discord. This will be up on Git, my GitHub repository for the project. Feel free to join our Discord anytime you feel like it. We are quite the accepting crowd. We all have our opinions, like we're quite opinionated. So if you are the type of person that doesn't like to hear other people's opinions, then it's probably not a great place. But it's a great place if you're okay with people having opinions and you having your own opinion and forming your own judgment on what you shouldn't do with your code. Anyway, I hope you are okay with that. But I'll be back on Friday. Discord is how you will be able to join our stream on Friday for Community Day. If you have anything that you want to talk about, then we'll do that on Friday. Friday is when we're going to have Community Day, if you can tell. Friday will also be the day after my metaverse what is it called? Meeting, so I can probably share some information, exciting information about the progress of making the metaverse amazing, creating the metaverse. I don't know what we're doing. So that's it for me, though. I'll be hanging around Discord, and I'll post the video to YouTube somewhere around 24 hours after the stream, provided I remember to create the thumbnail, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's it for me for now. I need to get back to work. Ciao, cheers. I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll figure out one day. Bye.